All right, Paul Hefty here with 492W. I want to just review some key terms in health insurance and then in health law, the Affordable Care Act. First off, with health insurance, again, hopefully you watch the video. It makes it very simple. It's 5 minutes there. That's on Canvas. As you saw, everybody pays a premium. So the example they gave was like your cable bill. You pay in so that there's money available to use that for some of the health costs. You can see that most people in the U.S. get their insurance through their employer. A good example is myself here working at Penn State. One of the benefits is it being so big. Typically, a university then would provide a pretty good insurance plan. They don't pay all of it. They pay a percentage of it, and then it's prorated by how much money I make, my salary. But it's still a good plan, good way to pay for your insurance. Number three, the two ways then we start to do with costs. Typically, you pick between a copay or a coinsurance. Again, a copay is every time you go to the doctor's office, you make an agreement to pay a specific amount. Let's say that's $20 every time. Or you can do a coinsurance where it's a percentage of the cost of that visit. You figure out what's best for you. Number four, the deductible. This is, again, with your plan, based on the one you pick. We talked about those platinum, gold, silver, and so forth. The better the plan, the lower the deductible is. So again, if you have a premium plan, you'll have no out-of-pocket payments. The insurance will kick in right away. You still have a copay or coinsurance. If you have one of the lower plans where you pay less, then a deductible could be you're going to pay $500 and all the costs before the insurance starts to kick in. There is an out-of-pocket maximum for all plans, and this is basically a ceiling. It's the most you'll pay in 1 year. So if you start to have some major medical bills, let's say the ceiling is $5,000. Once that's all been hit in your payments, your individual payments, then for that, the rest of that year, only just for that calendar year, insurance will have 100% coverage. With prescriptions, which is a big deal right now, again, the formulary is just a way to approve the cost and try to get the lowest price. So it's important that you would work with your insurance company if you're taking a lot of prescriptions to get that lowest cost. Otherwise, you start to absorb the cost. They only pay a certain amount. That's the agreement. Big one here is every insurance has what they call a network. And this is basically how the health industry works from your end too, as a small business owner, specifically like physical therapy and so forth, is you need to have your clients working in networks that the insurance companies you would be involved with. So again, the better the premium, and again, the HMO, EPO, PPO, those are just abbreviations for the types of plans. But as I explained, the better the plan, the larger the network, and then obviously those are the clients you want to have in your business working with them. For pre-existing conditions, this is huge. In the past, pre-existing conditions would be anything from high blood pressure, behavioral health disorders, high cholesterol, asthma, chronic lung disease, but it could be as simple as having cancer and treatment and so forth. In the past, insurance companies did not have to cover those if you had a pre-existing condition and then changed and tried to get a new provider. We'll see here with the Affordable Care Act now, those have to be covered, and that's a huge part of that. The reason this is important is for people ages 55 to 64 in the US, for example, it's over 50% of those people have some type of pre-existing condition. So before the Affordable Care Act, 36% of that population was denied coverage or higher premiums before the Affordable Care Act. So again, this gives you hopefully a better understanding of how your insurance works, and then we can start to look at health law specifically. All right, the next video then was health law. which is the Affordable Care Act, called the ACA or Obamacare. It started in 2015. So a couple key points here. One of the reasons this came about was the goal of the Affordable Care Act is to regulate insurance companies so that they're operating fairly. There was no regulatory kind of body to do that at this time, and it was a wild, wild west. So this helps rein things in a little bit. Again, there's three ways the U.S. provides insurance. Again, it talked about 50%, as we said before, is going to be through your employers, partial payment. There is government then, Medicare, Medicaid, as we talked before. And then the last one then new is the marketplace that they created. Points 3 and 4 are huge for you designing your small business. And this is part of the reason we're doing this, so you understand how insurance and health law impacts you as a business owner now in the health industry. Again, with the Affordable Care Act, if you're a small business of 50 plus full-time employees, you must provide full health benefits. This is a key point here now. Full-time employees by the government is if they work 30 hours or more, not the typical 40 as we like to think, it's 30. Number 4, though, then, if you're a small business of 50 or less, which most of you are going to be, you're not required by law to provide those health benefits, but you can see there'll be tax break incentives for you to provide that. So again, for the course, you've got monopoly money, and it's like we talked about with the economists. We want to think about the social good. So again, you don't have to. You can pick either way. Again, if you're 50 or less, but you can see there's an initial incentive of tax breaks to provide that if you choose to do that in your business design. The new piece then, number 5, is the marketplace. And this is just like they said. It's basically you can go online and go ahead and just pick the insurance plans you want. The big problem that's been here is the more rural the area or state, the less options you have. And even some states, it comes down to only one insurance company is really your option. So that's been one of the negatives. Number 6, again, now this is the regulatory pieces. All insurance must start to cover hospital visits, doc, maternity, mental health, prescription drugs. And the big one, the big 2 actually, is there's no more pre-existing conditions. Wipe that out. And you guys get to stay on your parents' plans until you're 26. So one of the things they did is there was an individual mandate that it required people to have insurance, as it talked in the video. That is one point that was waived in 2019. And again, you'll want to do some research how that's impacting your business. Last, again, the big change here and one of the big problems or complaints with a lot of people in the business industry was how are we going to cover these costs? You can see wealthy people had to do it. That was a complaint. But hospitals, along with small businesses, and then all the paperwork that was involved caused additional work hours of additional expenses. And then taxes again covered. So you can see that was one of the problems. Again, the goal here was for there's more people buying insurance, then there's more money overall in the pool to pay for health costs. And that was kind of the goal. Again, it's kind of an investment piece. And you can look at the pros and cons and again, use this information to kind of make a decision on how you want to do your compensation and your health benefits for your employees and your business design. Thanks.